Hello everyone, welcome in today. I have an investment proposal for everyone, and we'll be looking at two different companies that I will delve into the different aspects of them within the markets, and I will suggest to you which is a better investment opportunity for us moving forward. So, as far as what we're going to cover today, I will give you a brief overview of everything, and then we will do a little bit of background on the two companies that I will be talking about. Further to that, we'll be looking at market position as well as growth potential, ability for the two companies to compete within the market, their financial analyses, recent publicity, as well as closing remarks and the investment proposal. So to start us off, I'll give you a brief synopsis of what we'll be going over. To set the scene, the e-commerce market is what we'll be looking at today, which, as I'm sure you're all aware, it is a very rapidly growing market, continuously changing in today's environment with new technologies becoming available every single day, new people entering, changing the market, but today specifically we will be looking at e-marketplaces, where transactions are happening across businesses, business to consumers, consumer to consumer, and the two organizations that we will be delving into specifically are Amazon and eBay. So in 2024, last year, global e-commerce sales reached approximately 6 trillion USD, which is an astounding number. And I think that statistic really shows you how much this market is growing, especially after COVID, which started in 2019. Everyone wants the ease of being able to buy the same products that they love, but with less time, and then the convenience of being in their own home is another bonus as well. So if we take a closer look at the two companies, which I'm sure we're both aware of which companies are which. However, as a little bit of background, we'll start with Amazon, which was founded in 1994 by Jeff Bezos. It started as an e-seller for books and then quickly expanded into many different products. As we know, Amazon, A to Z, they basically sell anything under the sun. You look it up, you might find a more expensive product somewhere else. Look it up on Amazon. There it is, cheaper, delivery tomorrow. There you go. There's a reason that a lot of people are attracted to this company. So in 2025, 1.6 million different products were sold, and that's quite a few different products that are being sold as well, like all different descriptions, from technology to clothing to things around the house to use. And another important thing to note is that Amazon is very committed to aiming to reach net zero carbon emissions by 2040, which is a very key thing to note when looking at investment opportunities for the future, as this will mean that with the impending increase in global warming across the next however many years, a company that is continuing to improve their carbon footprint will do better as an investment. On the other hand, we have eBay, which was founded in 1995, and it was initially under the name AuctionWeb. So it did not start as eBay, quickly transformed into eBay, and it is an online marketplace for both consumer to consumer transactions as well as business to consumer transactions. and it currently operates in over 190 countries in the world, which is quite a lot, and that's a lot of people from every side of the globe that are able to access their products, which is also a really important thing. They sell both new and used products, which means that it definitely caters to more of a niche market than Amazon does, and caters to people with more specific needs. However, it also means that it expands their horizons to other people that may not be able to afford certain things and may be looking for a slightly used product for that relatively lower price. So let's go into market positioning. As far as Amazon goes, they're very dominant within the market. In 2023, they had a 36.7% share of the e-commerce market, which is quite a significant chunk of the market, and it shows that they are very prominent. They have a significant amount of infrastructure, which has led to this market share, and they are definitely considered a giant compared to many other companies within the e-commerce and e-marketplace market. eBay, however, is not as dominant in the market, only having approximately 3% share of that market at the same time as Amazon had 36.7% in 2023, which really shows the difference between the two companies. As I said before, eBay caters to a more specific group of people. However, they are maybe looking for similar products that you can receive on Amazon. But eBay has a very loyal customer base that once they are either selling on eBay or once they have bought on eBay once, they are known to stick with eBay for future purchases or future product distribution. So in summary, although both have an established consumer base and are both established within the market, it is very clear that Amazon has a much better market position currently than eBay does. As far as growth potential goes, Amazon has a very large potential for growth, and I know that might not sound like it aligns because Amazon is already such a large organization. However, this infrastructure and the foundations that this company has and is built on means that they can constantly change and constantly react to new changes within the markets, new demands, new technological advancements with AI at a much quicker rate than someone like eBay, who has a smaller growth potential as their infrastructure is not quite to the same scale as someone like Amazon. So they do have a very long history of being very stable within the market, and this is due to their loyal customer base. But however, like I said, they do not have the infrastructure to be able to grow as quickly and as efficiently as an organization such as Amazon can. So leading into the ability for these companies to compete, Amazon is positioned much better in the market than eBay is, and much more potential for growth. So therefore, this shows that Amazon will be very successful at competing with other companies that may arise. And eBay, although it will compete, it will be not quite as competitive as Amazon, and like I said, catering to a slightly different market. Financial analysis. As far as revenue in 2024 for Amazon, the total global revenue was around $638 billion, which was an 11% increase from the year prior. And it is predicted to grow by 10% into this year to the end of the year, with the total being approximately $701 billion, which is quite significant. Revenue in 2024 for eBay was $10.2 billion, which is much less than we see with Amazon, and they are only predicted to grow by 3.7% this year. Recent publicity for the two companies. Amazon is receiving positive media with growing with AI and how they're incorporating that into their company. The negative media, however, is poor labor conditions, questions around that, as well as the ethics behind some of the companies that they are supporting. eBay is getting positive media for their push to becoming more sustainable. As I mentioned at the start, this is a very important thing to note. However, the negative media is that they actually had to pay out $3 million for alleged cyber stalking of users. So some closing remarks. Obviously, as you can probably tell by the information I have given you, the best investment opportunity will be Amazon, not only now but into the future, and it will continue to grow and increase revenue year by year, and I think that is definitely going to be very important for us as a firm. So thank you very much for being with me today, and let's invest.